Hi guys, Chuck here in Planet Crafter once again, and we got a little bit more going on here. Say goodbye to the old base. We're gonna deconstruct the last bit of it. We go in here and get a last breath of air, and I decided to off camera do well, there's a bottle of water just sitting there. Okay. I decided to move all the inventory so you see all those lockers back there. Now we are starting from scratch here, and we want the 3x3 compartment. And the thing I like about the 3x3 is it is pretty symmetrical. Meaning it's a 3x3, so we stick a door on the front and it's already a symmetrical construction. Bingo. And look how big this is. Now, you haven't seen anything yet because we are going to slap another one over here, but I have to go back here and I have to grab more super alloy, which I have plenty. So we got a lot going on here. We're going to kind of model this after the base that I have on my other playthrough. So did we get that lined up right? Yes, we did. Now we are going to need to move the water collector. So we'll deconstruct it for now. And we're going to need to put some more foundation. Okay. Okay, we need some more foundation down here to make room for another one. Let's start in here for some air really quick. Alright, dart back out. Wonder how much iron I've got on me. Not much. Got a lot of other stuff from deconstructing everything. So let's run out here and move some stuff around. And I need some iron, which I've got plenty scattered all among these things I was dumping all the inventory into. When we get done here, it's going to be a very impressive sort of structure. Now let's slap some more foundation down to make room for everything we're going to be doing. Let's just connect them all here. Is that going to be enough? Well, I need some more iron and some titanium, which I think we have plenty of that stuff out here. All right. We're going to put another one over here. Ah, come on. Why won't it let me put another one here? I don't know. Let's go in here for some air. Come back out and find out why I can't get another one on this side. Now we might have to redo this whole thing here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It uses almost 6 foundation grids. Unless there's just not enough room. That might be the case. I might need to go farther back with these things. Well, let's see. We'll figure this out. Might just have to move everything over a little bit. So, let's deconstruct that one. Now let's just build that one over as far as we can get it. Inventory full. Darn it. There's super alloys lying down there, and I need to make room to pick them up. So I guess all these bottles of water. The bioplastic, all this stuff that we don't need for this construction, we can just get rid of. All right. All right, you got 6 super alloy. That's enough to build 2 more pieces. And there's more alloy here. I think maybe I would have planned this out a little better before I just jumped in here to record again and said, whoa, here we go. All right, we got that. Now let's deconstruct that one. And let's put the other one right on here with this one. All right, let's see if we can put a third one. We need a couple more pieces of iron. Come on. I'm trying to get these things to line up. There we go. Now. How many? Oxygen level low. Oh, crud. I'm going to kick the bucket here. Unless I can hop in the car really quick and drive it somewhere. All right. I think there's the middle. So that should be where we can put our door. And I need another iron to do that. All right. Another piece of iron. Then we're going to need a bunch more stuff. We're going to put a door in the back here, too. So we'll put that door right there. I think we're sunk down into the foundation a little bit. But that's not going to be a problem. Now, we barely had room to clear that. So we're going to end up redoing that. Now, we need another iron and silicon to make another door on the other side. All right, let's go ahead and grab that. I know I've got all that stuff here. All right. Now we just need another foundation piece. A couple pieces over here just for the, you know, walking up to the door. Because we moved that. Just to give things a symmetrical look, because I'm obsessed with symmetry. It's just one of my, we all have our OCD tendencies, right? And that's one of mine. There we go. We have a walkway right up to the front. Now we're inside, and inside is crazy huge. So now I want windows. That means iron and cobalt all the way around. So let's go see how much cobalt we have, because that's an awful lot of windows. Like, I'm just going to grab all the cobalt I've got. We're going to go from there. Oh, I need to eat. We need to get the food growers going ASAP, because I dismantled them to move them out. And I think I might need them again. They're going to need water, super alloy, and fertilizer. So let's grab about 4 alloys. And 2, 3, 4 waters. That's a T2 fertilizer. We just need a plain old T1 fertilizer. And who knows where I dumped it. There's one. Well, there's 2. Thinking I dismantled all those things, that I would have had all the stuff from them. Well, darn it. Could have sworn. Maybe not. Well, we can get 3 of them put down right now. We can always make more fertilizer. My last playthrough, I had all my food growers outside. So I'm going to do that again. Although, no, it doesn't let me. So yeah, they have to go inside for now. It was those plots, like these garden plots I had put outside. So we're just going to have to slap down 3 of them here. We'll have to go out and get seed. So let's get the seed. We're going to want bean, eggplant, and What, is that it? In squash. Anyway, I had some other seed. It's got to be in one of those containers. I'll end up having to move all that stuff anyway. So let's go bean, eggplant, squash. All right. So that's the basics of our base, but I'm gonna do upper floors. So we need let's see if we want to build the upper stories now or start getting the storage things built, because the storage things require a couple super alloys. And if you look, these compartments require 3, which means that's 9 more to get the upper floor built. And let's see how many I got. No, I got enough. I got 12. Wow. 19, 20. I got 20. So that would leave me with 11, which means I could get like 5 of these things built at the same time. And make that 12. So that's 6. Let's see. We're going to need all the storage containers we can get. But, wow, I need to take another drink. All right. I think. Go ahead and build the upper story. Well, I need to grab my stuff, though. I need. Let's see. A total of 9 super alloys. I've only got 1. Need 8 more of those. And not to mention the iron. Don't need all that cobalt in my inventory right now. We're not using that for building. So we just need iron and titanium. I don't know if I can take 6 pieces of iron and 4 more pieces of titanium. There's some titanium. All right, let's jump up here and do this. Now, even on my other more advanced playthrough, it's hard to line everything up, you know that? All right, there we go. Now I need 3 more iron, 3 more titanium for the last piece. And we're getting low on air again. Alright, let's dart in here really quick. Get a breather. Alright, now we have more than enough room for darn near anything we want to do. So we're going to have to set everything up in here. We need... Now, for starters, let's grab some super alloys and let's start getting our storage containers put in. else we're going to need the screens. So I'm going to go need a mess of iron to start getting things put down for iron, silicon, magnesium. Okay. We need 2 of those desktops. I need 4 irons for that. I'm going to just need to go fill up on iron, silicon, magnesium, and it looks like cobalt. Let's see. I don't think I needed any of that. Needed some magnesium, some silicon. I think I needed some cobalt. All right, let's see what we can build with that. I want those right here. Okay, I want to chain the construction. I want 2 of them connected. That should handle the small screens. Now we need to build the big screens. So let's put our progress screen right here where we had it hanging the last time. So we would know what we're looking at. Look at that, 25% toward a breathable atmosphere. No more oxygen canisters needed at that point. Now we can put another big screen up here. So we've got our progress screens already there. These are the little ones. There's a biomass screen. And then we have the terraformation screen. So let's put the terraformation screen here. And we will put the biomass screen over here. We never even had that one built the last time. I had just never bothered with it. I need an iron and aluminum to get that one done. So, because I was kind of waiting until this point anyway. All right. All right, we got that. Now it tells us like plants, insects, animals, and biomass figures. Now we need the little screens. So we had our blueprint screen. I need iron, silicon. So 1 iron, 2 silicon, 3 iron, 3 silicon, and okay, 4 iron, and 4 silicon to finish off the, and let's say 4 iron, 5 silicon, another. All right, that's more stuff we're gonna have to build. All right. T2 machine optimizers unlocked. Well, what do you know? One of these days we're going to actually build that thing. Yeah, let's build get some of these screens put down here so our base will start looking like, you know, it was before. All right, there's that one. Now what's next? Energy levels, mapping, transmissions, orbital information. Now let's put energy level next. And transmissions. And mapping. I am out of stuff to make the mapping screen. Says I need a compass microchip. I thought I had that. Unless I had it from dismantling the screen the last time, but there it is. I just dumped it in there. Now I need... Okay, I got everything to make the mapping screen. Now I'm going to need another compass, osmium, and silicon to make the orbital information screen, but I actually haven't had that one down yet. So let's grab a couple irons. We go ahead and we might have to expand the little desk there to fit another small screen. I'm going to need an osmium as well. Now, do I have any food on me? One squash. Hopefully the rest of that food grows a little quicker. I don't find myself kind of up the creek here. And it'd be my own fault. Be like those early episodes when we didn't have the food growers and we kept going to raid. Well, darn it. Do I have any osmium? Yeah, I got one. So, I'm going to need another one of those compass chips. I need to get our auto crafters built again. And so I need more osmium and... No, not the auto crafter. I got one of those out here. I mean the... those other crafters, you know. Not the auto crafter. This crafter and this crafter. All right, let's get inside. Put another screen down here. Orbital information or... Hey, which one don't we have? I got 3. So I got the blueprints, the energy, the messages, and there's mapping and orbital information. But we have the map here. So maybe the orbital information one is slightly more important at the time, for the time being. All right, we got that. Now, I needed crafting stations. So, I need an iron and 2 silicon, 3 aluminum. All right. Forgot I could pin these recipes. Couple silicon, titanium, magnesium. All right, we can build those. Now, I need to go get a drink of water. All right. Excuse me. Now the advanced craft station right next to that. All right. This is starting to shape up and look like something. Now, let's get some storage lockers built. So I need basically a ton of super alloys. And, hello, it's getting awful. What are these? I mean, they got the color of super alloy about them. But I'm not seeing the actual items on the ground. Well, it is super alloy. And we just got hit by one. We got hit by a meteor. Wow. You know, right, the last episode I was just saying that my other playthrough, I used to see these super alloy storms, and I hadn't seen one here, and now finally we saw one. I just wish they'd sit still and not roll around. So right when I was wanting a bunch of those, and we got that storm. So now I don't know how much I want to go around collecting. They're probably lying all over out here, but they're kind of small and hard to spot. So, but that was pretty good. Now, no doubt we've got some back at the extractor as well. Now, food level low again, but let's see if any of this stuff is ready. They're all ready. I'm going to take all of them, and I'm going to eat. Now, I picked up quite a few more super alloys, so I'm going to get a few of those things built here. We need to get more of those circuit boards. So, and we get done with this. We'll probably, in another episode, go crazy with some other stuff. Right now, I need to get rid of these things that I don't need out of my inventory so I can load up on the circuit boards. Alright, that's enough to get a few built. So this is going to be our storage room. So let's get the T2 locker started. Going to be able to build all right, yeah, that looks rather nice. 4 of them lined up in a row here. We're going to have them all around this room. It's going to be huge. It's going to be quite impressive. Now, I've got room for quite a few more. How many? All right, 2 alloys and 1 circuit board. And I've got 4, 5, 6 circuit boards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got exactly enough for 6 more, so let's get these laid down. All right, let's... I like to clip them into each other like that, to where it kind of looks like one big long, you know, sort of thing. I think that's a nice look. And that is... Let's see if we have more circuit boards. If I have any more... Well, that's going to be enough for a good start. Huh. I have 4 more, but I don't know if I got enough alloys for them. Yeah. I'm going to need... All right. Well, I mean, it took what? 2 alloys and a circuit board. So I can make 1 more. Unless I got some super alloy here. No. All right, let's put another one down here. Come on, line it up. Can you get it lined up? There we go. All right, that's no, I don't know about you. I just think these things look a lot nicer than the old lockers. You know, for a futuristic game, might as well have stuff being futuristic. So we got to transfer a lot of inventory over here. And there's a lot more things that need to be built to finish out the room here. But we got our screens built. We got the crafters. We need to put the incubator down. I forgot about that little guy. So I need to go out and get the rest of the stuff we need for that. Tree bark, 2 T2 fertilizers, yeah, an alloy and an oxygen capsule. So I don't quite have that on me. But, you know, big impressive building. We're going to put windows in. And I don't know if I'll do that on camera. I'll just get it done and then you can kind of see it when it's finished. We need iron and cobalt for that, and that's going to be a lot of iron and a lot of cobalt. I can run over and check these extractors. If I have a bunch there, I'll go ahead and go to work on that. Not quite enough. Not enough cobalt. Now, I don't know how much cobalt I got stored over here, which I'm going to have to move all this stuff inside anyway at some point. A lot of that's going to involve a lot more. Wow, I can't believe there's more cobalt here. And I got 2 more of those lockers here. I need to dismantle those and move them on inside. Let's... Yeah, what was that? All right. 1, 2, 7 pieces of cobalt. Hydration level low again. All right, well, let's start here and just work our way around. Well, that's a good start. I love the look. I like that open, nice look. And that's going to be a lot of stinking windows, and I'll probably just start doing all that, you know, somewhat piecemeal and probably off camera. Well, eventually I'm probably going to have 2 containers per mineral. But for now, maybe we'll start with 1. And I don't know, like, I'll probably label these at some point, but I'm not sure about right now. Because of the little picture on the front of the locker, it tells you what's in there anyway. But for some of those miscellaneous lockers, yeah, I definitely think, oh, there's the other seeds. That's the other seed I was thinking about, was the darn mushroom. All right. I have to build another food grower eventually. Yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and start doing two lockers per item because we're going to get there anyway. And it's just going to be a whole lot, you know, easier. So that's 2 for iron, 2 for titanium. And then I'll start the magnesium over here, I think. All right. Just pull these magnesium out. You can see where this is going to go crazy. I think on my other playthrough, I've got like 3 containers per item, and I'm still running out. And it's just crazy. So that's... But even with these big containers, you look at that. I've over half filled that thing already. So yeah, we're definitely going to be going... So... So anyway, this is going to be a lot of little moving inventory around and building more lockers. So maybe by the next time, by the next episode, I'll have a lot of that done. And I'll just kind of give you the grand tour, and then we'll go back out exploring and trying to move these numbers up a little faster. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode and found it maybe a little informative. I don't know. But if you have, you can like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.